This is why I train in martial arts.
Let me start by saying that I am not blind to the fact that practically all the men on this show are just absolutely terrible. There's a lot of misandry, I think, is going to be in this series. But I want to bum this clip right here that I'm going to play because this shows how I think a woman should handle being assaulted by a man. Now, don't feel too sorry for the woman in this fictional portrayal, fiction, because she seems like she's a criminal too, but she just got kind of caught up in the action. So let's take a look at how she approaches it. She basically uses her brains to overcome brawn.
Mia, tell me where it is. Tell me where it is. Goddamn junkie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Rob told me I can do whatever I want to you. As long as I make you talk. Huh?
Well, maybe that's why Rob is dead now.
Bullshit.
Well, why don't you call him?
That's a redirection, a distraction, not a physical one, but a mental one, so she can do her escape.
Where's Rob?
Then she attacks the groin. Then she hits a weak point on the face. She messes up when she tries to grapple with the man, like I tell people in class. Hits him in the throat with a weapon. When he pulls a gun, that's when she stabs him in the gut with a pitchfork. Now, I think this one is actually totally believable and realistic because she didn't outmuscle the guy. She tricked the guy. And she grabbed the gun. And the one brother I've seen in this show is scary.
For those of you who don't know, when some of us who are African American say the word scary, we're actually inverting the meaning like we've done with a more flammable word that you hear some of us use. When we say someone is scary, we're saying that they are afraid or fearful. Not that they generate fear in you, but that they are consumed by fear. So you've probably heard that in some rap songs. You scary. It means you're a coward. And the one black guy they have in this series so far, I haven't seen the rest of them. Dude is he's shook. I mean, he is afraid of not showing intestinal fortitude. Let me try to, explain it.
And all the white dudes are terrible. Just flat out terrible. I'm still going to watch it just because it's inspired by Stephen King's work. And I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for Stephen King, so there you go. But just take a look at that clip, especially any ladies watching it. And that'll give you an idea of how you need to handle fighting a man. Hit. You don't get into you don't go toe to toe. You don't get into a slug match with them. You don't even try to out grapple them, even though you do grappling with me in class. You try to go for the weak spots and try to use your brain to overcome his muscle.
Just real quick for a Kyusho Jitsu breakdown. She struck him in the face in small intestine 18. According to, I think the page is Yin Yang House. Is that what it is? Yeah, Yin Yang House. Not the Yin Yang Twins, one of my favorite rap groups, but Yin Yang House. She hit him in small intestine 18. They said the English name is cheekbone hole. I don't really know that the pressure point name for this. This is just esophagus. Hit him in the throat. And when she stabbed him with the pitchfork, she stabbed him in, I would say, probably conceptions 4. 3, 4, 5 area, right below the navel. So if there's a cycle of destruction breakdown in there, not really. I guess her yin hit his yang with the small intestine. The throat, you could probably say that's yin because it's so soft. It might be actually yang because of the shape, but I don't know. And she walked, the front of him is yang, and she hit him with her yin. So I guess you got that. Now, in terms of where she's standing with the pitchfork, I can't really give that 5-element credence because I know metal chops wood and wood penetrates earth. So if you want to go on the principle that I've heard but haven't seen written down, that an element destroys 1 to 2 elements in front of it because it supposedly destroys the metal that the element that it destroys. Since metal chops wood and wood penetrates earth, metal can also destroy earth. But yeah, that does work because you wouldn't think of metal as doing something to water, even though earth dams water. If you don't know what the world I'm talking about right now, that's because you should come sign up for one of my classes or just get a book on pressure point theory and 5-element theory and cycle destruction. Peace. Oh, before I peace out, the misandry in that show is really terrible. I can't say it enough. Any guys who are sensitive to gender issues, you're gonna have to suspend your gender offense, because I'm telling you, they really paint the men. I hope the next episodes aren't that bad, but they really make the men look just morally weak. Just no. Are there any redeeming men in that show that have speaking roles? I don't think there are, but still looks good so far because, I mean, I like The Mist. I like the movie, haven't read the book, and I like Stephen King, so. Now I say peace.